Hello, everybody.
Hey, hey.
How's the picture and the sound? Thumbs up if it's all good. Hey, I already see Courtney on here, and
Oops.
Tina's got me echoed, and I see Seeking Vegas Sunrise, and Lance is here, and Keno Kid.
Hello,
So
everyone.
everybody say hi to your spouses if they're not watching. And so tonight we got a couple special little things we're going to do. Number one, I'm going to open up this brand new bottle and a little bit of this Elijah Craig private barrel. Can't wait. Still got the seal on it, so can't wait.
Hey,
There's Kia-Belle.
How are you?
And I'm glad Kia showed up because I'm starting something new with my Patreon members. So whenever I open a new bottle, I'm going to pick one of my Patreon members and give them a shout out. So while I'm opening up pulling the cork, or before I pull the cork, I'll say this one goes out to Kia-Belle. And so I think that'll be cool.
Hey, Matthew.
And there's Matthew. And it's cool because Matthew was messaging me earlier. If I can find
just got
it.
home.
Did she?
Were you working, right. Kia? Sister Yoshi, hello. Welcome in.
Sister Yoshi. Yeah, that's awesome. So Matthew Cox was just, he's a Trailblazer. And he sent me this of a bottle he just purchased. Rebel Distillers Collection 120 proof.
Whoa.
A wheated bourbon, single barrel. And it's a Benny's hand-picked bottle. Wow. So that is cool. I have not seen that. I have a bottle of Rebel. The regular Rebel is pretty cheap. I don't know what Matthew paid for that, but that looked really good. It's cast strength. It's 120 proof, so it's going to have some heat on it, but that's pretty cool.
Hey, Dice.
And there's Dice.
You? And Scott. Scott just came
Hey, Scott. How are you?
How are you guys tonight?
Good to see everybody coming in. Got some of my Trailblazers in here, so it's good to see them. But it's good to see everybody. Every single person.
Thank y'all.
And yeah, we've been gone for a while. It's been
a rough winter. And I don't mean weather. Right. At least not here.
The weather hadn't been bad. It's just as y'all know, my brother passed away in September, and I'm the executor. And I'm going to tell you what, I have driven to Wilmington so many times.
That is so much.
It's been a lot of stress. But hopefully I think we're getting towards the end of taking care of the estate and doing an auction. If you don't hear from me for a while, it's probably because I got arrested or who knows what. So.
Hopefully we won't mess up anything.
Happen, but, yeah.
There's Grandma Joanne. Hi,
hey,
Grandma Joanne.
Hey, Grandma Joanne. So it's good to see some new people coming in here too, and then we've got the same people that are coming in. That's awesome.
Yeah, so good to see you guys.
Yeah. And one thing we're going to talk about tonight is, hey, look who just came in. Old Jared.
There's Jared.
What's up, Jared? Good to see you. My Canadian friend, the founder of the Canadian Barbecue Mafia, which I'm a proud member of. And I've got to get out and do some cooking videos. I've been meaning to do that. Had a couple of ideas.
I just haven't had time.
Just hadn't had time to do much of anything. I haven't been myself, but we're working on getting back there. So that's cool. So
tell Kim hello. And there's Kino Candy. Hello, Candy. How are you?
Yeah, hey, Candy. So we got a few people in here. I could go ahead and get started. Walt was our first U.S. member. I got to show that one. I was the first United States member of the Canadian Barbecue Mafia. So I'm opening up this Elijah Craig barrel proof. I'm proud of that distinction. That's pretty daggone cool. So,
gotcha.
What was that?
He said Kim is here, but her iPad is charging.
Oh, well, say hi to Kim. And
hi, Kim.
Everybody's in here saying hi to each other. So that's all cool. And so I'm getting ready to open up this. But this cork pool is going to one of my Patreon members, Kia-Belle. So Kia-Belle, this pool is going to you, Kia-Belle.
Yeah.
That was good too.
Yeah, it was.
That was a little bit of spicy. Like Kia. Oh my gosh, I can just.
That cork pop was for you, Kia-Belle.
Guys, I can smell this. Man, just right off the nose. I mean, that's just caramel. It's so nice. Caramel and vanilla right away. Oh my gosh.
We've been waiting to try this, so
this is
excited.
I picked this up in a video. We were going down to Wilmington, take care of my brother's estate some more. Tina, I believe you got more than me, which is good.
You want to trade?
Lance will be happy with that. Matthew says, Dice made me my first smoked old fashioned. Nice. Nice. Good afternoon, and let's Dice feeling no pain. He left feeling no pain. That's awesome. Yeah, that's good. You can't beat an old fashioned.
I know. They're so that. Good. Oh.
Now, what I was saying is like everybody in here, it's like a Vegas group of people, and that's so cool. We all love Vegas. And I called this How the Frontiersman Does Vegas. It's probably a little bit different, but maybe not. And we'll talk about some things and take you back in time on some trips that we went to, and even before we were, YouTubers. But Team Lungwitz is Christy in here too?
Team Courtney and Matthew.
Yeah.
And
Team Courtney and Matthew and
Seeking said Team Lungwitz.
Yeah. Team Courtney. We got Team.
Jared said he wants to come and visit our liquor emporium.
Who wants to?
Jared.
Oh, absolutely, Jared. Just whenever. So first, we just opened this up. Oh my gosh, guys! Elijah Craig's amazing, anyway. But to get a private barrel, handpicked by the distiller, by the way.
So Dice asked a question: is that Elijah Craig?
Oh, it is not Elijah Craig 823. Good question. So when we stopped at this little tiny liquor store, there on the shelf was Elijah Craig A123. And right next to it was this private barrel. So I was like, oh my gosh, which one do I get? Now, I know I probably should have got the 123, but I've never seen a private barrel of Elijah Craig. The A123 is a barrel proof. I have A122. So I'm hoping on one of my trips back pretty soon that I can get.
Did you just say this? Did they have that there?
Yeah, that's what I was just talking about.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry,
you were
I was
reading.
Distracted. Yeah. I was reading. And there's
Denise. Hey, Denise, thanks for coming in. Appreciate that.
I was just watching some of hogging 2 cent today and saw you on there. I haven't commented yet.
I'm gonna drink.
Trying to catch up.
Oh my gosh. Man, what I love about Elijah Craig is you get that oakiness, and that's just sweet, buttery, and just caramely, brown sugar.
That is so
good.
Good. It's got
the proof on this is 120.4.
Wow.
So that was just the first sip. So
and usually that high of proof hits me harder than that.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's some heat, but there's so much flavor that kind of balances out the heat for me.
Oh yeah, it's just just the heat's just a little part of it.
Oh man, Dice and Matthew, Scott, y'all would like this.
Gosh.
And if I could ever get Keno trained to sip, he may actually enjoy some whiskey.
Yeah.
What I don't know if that's ever going to happen.
What I like about the heat, though, is like when it's higher proof, you get a whole lot more flavors. Yeah. Guys, this is well up in the 90s.
Oh, it's so good.
This is
and what I was saying is like sometimes when they're higher proof, the heat just so overwhelming for me. I miss the flavors sometimes, but not in this. This is full of flavor. You would never guess this was that high proof. At least I wouldn't if I was like taste testing.
It is
so good.
It's got a really nice sweet. It's just pure sweetness almost the whole way throughout.
Yes.
But so then mid palate, you really get that oakiness coming out. It's really cool.
Very good.
Really, really good.
That's right, Dice.
Keno is
untrainable. He's asked, what's the proof again? It's you said 120.4?
120.4.
120.4.
Yeah.
Courtney got it. She was on it. 120.4. She was paying attention.
She's on it. Yeah.
I just can't get over the fact that it's that high proof and it's so smooth and the flavors are just so distinct. You can kind of almost separate them.
Gosh, there's like a candy apple or candy something fruity, but not like a fruit, like a candied fruit, almost like a dried fruit.
Yeah.
Like, you know how it gets all sugary, like it's either, maybe it's a banana or an apple, something like that. I can't really. Guys, I haven't sipped a whiskey in about several weeks. So
since we were on last.
Yeah.
Live.
I mean, I've had an old fashioned. We had old fashions, but that's a little bit different. Just sipping a whiskey. I got to get back in. I got to get back in training so I can recognize some of these.
Candy can't train Keno either.
She's trying to train. And Dice, it's 120.4 Dice.
Yep.
And Courtney says 120.4. She told you.
She got it.
And so while we're sitting here sipping on this, one of the, and I think you guys know this, you watch our channel. When we go to Vegas, you know, if we're going to be for a week or something like that, then, you know, I usually drive out. I try to drive every time. If we don't drive, we'll rent a car. So we've rented a car a few times. But now I'll just drive or whatever. And so when we get to Vegas, what I like to do is when we get up in the morning, I like to get up and go out somewhere. And sometimes it may be 2-3 3-hour drive. Sometimes it's just a short drive over to like Red Rock Canyon or something. There's Bill Coleman.
Hey, Bill.
Good to see him coming in.
How are you, friend?
Bill says he's untrainable too. Not me. And hello, Bill. And Jared says he hates flying too. I really hate flying. So some of I was going to take you down a few places. And before we do that, let's see. Dice, he says, I'm glad you found. Oh, Scott says, I'm glad you found that buffalo trace. I cannot find any up here. I have one bottle in stock. It's hard. Let's hope that lawsuit that's going on will make sure there's more buffalo trace on the shelf. I don't know if I don't know what's going to happen with that.
It seems awful suspicious, and it seems like maybe obviously that's why it's been so
we don't
scarce to get in places, but we don't know that.
No, we don't know what's been going
that's
on.
Pure
So
speculation.
The distributor is actually a bigger corporation than the Buffalo Trace is. That's what I heard. So that distributor is big time. So this is a major big time thing. But anyway, I'm going to show you guys. Let's see. We're going to go back to like 2019.
Back in time.
And when I knew nothing about how to vlog, still don't know much, but I'm trying. And I'm going to talk about one of our very first trips. Well, we've been going since what 2013, 2013. I first went in 1982, and then our first trip together was in
2013. As he figures out how to get what he wants to come up there.
And here's this, and look at this. This is the Valley of Fire. So way back in 2019, Tina and I got up, and we did I have our car? Or we rented a car that time. I can't remember. Oh yeah, I drove and I picked you up there for it. Remember when I went to Big Bend on the way?
Yeah.
So
yep.
And so I picked her up, and we headed out in the Valley of Fire. And I've been out there a couple of times. Oh no, this is Red Rock Canyon right here. Or is that? That's Red Rock Canyon. We might have done both.
We did.
Y'all don't want to see. How about that picture? Holy hot dogs.
That is not Red Rock Canyon.
Yeah, that was Red Rock. This is Valley of Fire right here. This is really, really cool. There's Tina standing in the middle of the road at the Valley of Fire.
Keno has he has a great Valley of Fire story. He's going to tell it next Friday.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Looking forward to that.
And there's some other views in the Valley of Fire.
Keno said he heard you helped build Golden Gate.
I was the chief engineer at Hoover Dam. All right. So anyway, there's Tina at the waves in the Valley Fire, which is kind of like the waves over in Arizona, Antelope Canyon or whatever. And that's pretty cool. And this was like some beast on the Valley Fire at the waves.
Who else has been to Valley of Fire?
Yeah.
Has anybody in the chat been out there?
Look at that.
Obviously Keno, because he has a story, apparently.
That's just it's an amazing place. So that's all it was. This was all Valley Fire. And look at this. You got the road right there. We stopped. There wasn't many people there. And then that's Fremont. Now we're back in.
Yeah, that's not Valley of Fire.
We're back in Fremont Street. So
by day, Valley of Fire. By
and
night,
then we come back.
Fremont Street.
So to me, like when I go to Vegas, I love to have an excursion to go to, like whether it be just the Valley Fire, which is only like 50 some minutes away.
Yeah, if that. Yeah.
So we'll get up, we'll go do that, then we'll come back, and then that way. And I found out that we hang on to our money a little bit
A
more,
little bit
a
better.
little bit longer.
It does.
So I can't wait to see your Valley Fires, hear your Valley Fire story. Exactly. Tell them, Bill.
Gosh.
And so that was a good trip. And let's see what else. Let's see if there's any other pictures that I missed on that trip. You can talk, honey, while I'm just looking through
Oh, I was
pictures.
just looking at your pictures.
So, yeah, that was 2019, and then we did some other things, but oh yeah, on that trip also we took a trip.
Matthew said, "No shit, we could drive it there or meet halfway."
Yeah. And let me show you. I'm gonna share my screen again to show them on a map.
And Jared wants to hide in your luggage next time.
I'm gonna share the screen again so everybody can see where the Valley of Fire is. So
Scott says he has one of the big bottles that he just opened in the Christmas video. He's good for now, but loves the hunt, the whiskey hunt.
The hunt is the thing. That's. I think I've got addicted to the hunt than anything. So if you look at this screen, here is Las Vegas down here, and there we are in Las Vegas. And you could just take 15 north and you go straight up 15, and it's a pretty drive, and you will get to the Valley of Fire. You see there's a road right here that runs down through the Valley of Fire. Actually, there might be another road, this road right here on Crystal, that runs into the Valley of Fire. So it is really, really cool. Really, really awesome.
If you have the chance,
yeah,
go.
So just make that trip. That's a really good trip. I've seen, I've seen bighorn sheep and all kind of stuff. So and then we'll talk a little bit about when Tina and I went to Pios in 2019. I don't know. I didn't take much pictures. We really didn't blog it or something, but we should have.
It might have been 2017. I swear, I get my years mixed up anymore, but
yeah.
And we've done so many different, which is what we're talking about, but we've done so many different day trips based out of Las Vegas that I get my years mixed up. Now, if we weren't vlogging it and you can go back and look at the vlogs, then I'm like, I don't know. Was that 2015, 2013, 2017? I don't remember.
Yeah. I don't
Unless
either.
it's dated. Oh, thank God for video.
Well, Bill Coleman had just sent us $50.
Oh, thank you, Bill.
On the Cash-App.
Thank you very much, sir.
Bill, thank you. That. I never expect this, and so it's always a real joy when you do something like that. It just crazy. If anybody, whether it's the last time Kia and Lance donates some money, and that everybody that does, it's always a thrill. I know Granny and Dice would say the same thing because they get donations all the time, and it's just really cool. But you guys mean a lot to us, and you really help us. And the cash bill has been used, has really helped us on gas money going back and forth to Wilmington all the time. That really helps. It's been tough.
Absolutely. Thank you, Mr. Bill.
Yeah, thank you so much. Says I was in a shock for a minute when Courtney pointed it out that what he was like that he was low on bottles.
No, that I guess the Buffalo Trace just sitting on the shelf today.
Yeah.
Dice said so.
Yeah, and I'm so glad people doing my Vegas vlog. Vegas does give you a lot of exposure, so that it does help, and that's why I can't wait to get back out and do some more vlogs.
Oh, we cannot wait. It's been too long.
And Dice says absolutely, it's a blessing and very much appreciated. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm going to talk about another whiskey that is only, I think it was like $12.99. That's supposedly really good. We're going to check it out and see if it's really good. As I'm looking through some photos here. Let's see. Another drive you can make when you go to Vegas. Guys, you can do this trip. And as we're talking about that, I have been seriously thinking about sponsoring some trips to either ghost towns or places like this. You know, it's the Frontiersman tour, and you can book with me, and I'll probably take 2 to 4 or 6 people with me or something.
That'd be so much fun.
And just tour a place, and then pick you up the motel, and then we'll just from Vegas, and then we'll head out to a destination and like that. So that would be cool. So before we do, should we do the $12.99 bottle of whiskey? Do y'all want to see that first?
What that is? Who wants to see the $12.99? It's not called that, really.
It's actually a Buffalo Trace distillery bottle of whiskey. It has the same mash bill as Buffalo Trace. So they're saying we do. Let's see it. So let's try.
All right.
Dice says we do. Who else says we do? This thing doesn't even have a cork. This is Benchmark Old Number 8 brand. So
we'll see.
If you guys have ever, how many of y'all have ever seen that? Anybody give me a thumbs up if you've ever seen McAfee's Benchmark Old Number 8 brand. It's 40 proof, so they ain't gonna have as much heat as what we just had. Kia-Belle's seen it. Now I don't know if this is gonna be as good as Canadian Mist, Kia. It might be.
She's gonna run away.
Scott says he's never heard of it.
Since this one doesn't have a pop, I guess we won't pop.
But anybody. Since you can't find Buffalo Trace, this might be an option. We're gonna find out. I've never tried it, so I've heard people say if you can't find Buffalo Trace, just get old Benchmark number 8 with the screw top. Smells weak. We're gonna try it. I don't want to get it mixed up with Elijah Craig. I might give it some flavor. So I'm gonna get a new glass. Let's see if I get a.
It's 80 proof.
What'd I say? Not 40. Oh yeah, 40% alcohol. It's 80 proof. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's 80 proof, Dice. Yes, I can't think and talk. Twist top. What?
No.
Exactly.
No cork.
You hear that? Hear that glug
Got a
glug,
glug.
guys? That's pretty good.
But it looks kind of thin.
It is 80 proof. It was over by the Canadian Mist. Kia-Belle said she saw this on the shelf beside the Canadian Mist.
Doesn't have. It's got a real light color.
Very light.
And it's
Very light. Not
kind of thin.
no oil. Like it's not leaving any oil streaks really.
Kind of thin, yeah.
It actually smells pretty good though. Could this be a poor man's Buffalo Trace?
I'm not. Compared to the Elijah Craig, I'm not smelling a whole lot of flavor. Smelling flavor, yeah.
Well, I do smell it's a little musky, a little not too sweet, maybe a tad.
Not smelling a lot of flavors so far.
Let's just try it. It's $12.99. What the heck? Nah. That is very bland, very like you got no heat, you got no finish. It's just water. It's very watery.
It's pretty weak.
And the water's pretty musky.
Musk. That's what
it's just this musky
that's the flavor.
Water.
Musk.
So these people that are saying, well, if you can't find Buffalo Trace, get Benchmark. Don't.
No, it's not like Buffalo Trace.
Just don't do it. I don't even think it would be a good mixer because it just doesn't have, I mean, you wouldn't taste it.
Right.
Unless you just want some.
Ew.
Still got to be 100 times. It's not gonna make you throw up.
Yes.
So
it is 100 times better than Malort.
Yeah, I would give it.
But Malort even has more of a taste.
God, guys, I'm gonna tell you, this is the weakest 80 proof whiskey I have ever tasted.
It doesn't even taste anywhere close to Buffalo Trace to me. Or anything like a Jim Beam or a Jack Daniels.
It must have been only aged for a year or two.
And maybe
I think it's supposed to be at least 3 now, but 2
I was
now.
going to say maybe.
So
if they take that and age it longer,
then it becomes Buffalo Trace. See, it's a Buffalo Trace distillery. If you can read that, maybe it'll focus here in a minute. There we go.
Well.
That's probably it's a 50 or less. It's less. It's probably in the 40s. Maybe less than that. It's just not good.
It's just not good.
It's just not good. It's really, I'm not even gonna sip any more of it. It's just not good. Give me some more of that Elijah Craig.
Yep.
And maybe because we started out with Elijah Craig.
That was probably the wrong move.
That I'm just getting a little sip, honey.
Yeah, me too. That's it. Yeah.
Baby, sorry.
That was we probably didn't give it enough of a fair chance. I mean, still.
Oh, now you go back to this. Oh my God.
Yeah, starting with the Elijah Craig was
That's
Probably
full flavor.
No competition.
Guys, I'm going to give this a score.
Oh, man.
Now you see the oil streaks on there. This glass is kind of smudgy, but maybe you can see some oil.
You smudged it.
I don't know if you can see it on there. Yeah, there's some right there by the letters, but I really smudged this glass.
That's smudgy hand.
This is a 90.
You better write that down so you don't forget. A 90.
93. It's a 93. I started to say 94, but I think it's a 93.
That's a pretty high score.
Mm-hmm. It's awful good. That is good.
Scott says maybe use it as a mixer. I guess you could try it, but the weakness of the way that it tastes, just sipping it, I'm not sure that you could taste it. I mean, if you don't want to taste something,
I wouldn't mix it.
Then
I just wouldn't mix it. I would maybe mix it with your toilet bowl. It probably could clean off the toilet bowl.
That's my Lord. It ain't that bad. I mean, it doesn't make my.
I know. There goes my show sponsor down the drain.
It doesn't make my lips pucker like my Lord. It's just weak and watery and not a lot of flavor.
Yeah.
Well, not any flavor really, except for musk.
Yeah, it just don't have any flavor. I'm trying to get. So anyway, if y'all have any suggestions of anything else you want me to try, just holler. I mean, we've got a couple other things that.
Lance is refusing to chat until I've had at least 4 whiskeys.
Yeah, you better hurry up, Lance, because we're gonna end up leaving here pretty early, probably.
I mean, I could do this whole evening on the one bottle. Man, that is good.
It is good.
I did not used to have an appreciation way back at the beginning of my whiskey career.
Your whiskey career.
About a year ago. I didn't have as much. Of course, I was just learning everything, and I'm still learning. It's always a learning experience. But I didn't really appreciate Elijah Craig as much as I did some of the other ones. But now that we've had several in our possession and have really, really tested them out, it's probably up there with one of my favorites. Like maybe even with Russell's, which is one of my favorites. But
anybody know what this is?
Ooh. Where is this location?
And it's close to Vegas. I mean, not real close, but we did it in a day. We drove up there in the morning, did a nice tour, and then we came back.
Dice said, I missed this, Dice. One of the most versatile bourbons for the price is Wild Turkey 101. Mixed, neat, or on the rocks. That is exactly right.
That's
Dice.
Right. P-Vine would agree. P-Vine would agree with you.
P-Vine really
likes that 101. He said, well, you want to mix it or drink it with, you just drink it straight or drink it with a whiskey or with a Coke. Either way.
It's good.
I was just telling Tina today I've got to do some more videos and put P-Vine in there and my Appalachian News Network. So we're going to do both of those pretty soon. So what I'm showing you right now, anybody guess yet?
Who knows where this is? Do, 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 do.
Nobody's guessing.
Any guesses?
This is Zion National Park. Look at that.
That is a beautiful.
Zion.
Yes, Kia-Belle. Beautiful.
Absolutely amazing. Look at that.
Has anyone in the chat ever been to Zion?
Just a beautiful, beautiful drive. You can drive through this.
Mm-hmm. And you can stop along the way and do hikes.
And there we are.
Overlooks and
Zion.
It's
a beautiful place.
One of the.
Now this is cool. See the checkerboard design on this rock? It's pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
And then we stopped on the way. So what we did, we went through Route 9, and then we stopped at this really cool like souvenir store. And I love stores like this. We had to get gas. So here's Tina. She's walking in. I forget the name of the place, but I think it's in Mount Carmel. And there it is. It's the White Mountain Trading Post. So really, really cool place. This was after you drive through Zion on Route 9. And then you go to the White Mountain Trading Post. And this place was so cool.
Yeah.
You got look at the big Indian with the cigars.
Courtney says she's only been to Red Rock, but she'd like to explore more. And Matthew said, no, it's beautiful. Need to add that.
Yeah, definitely.
To the next visit, to places to visit.
Yeah, it's cool place. White Mountain Trading Post. So
it's just fun. Like of course, you guys know.
And this was
that, but that's one reason, like he says, he drives because.
Yeah. Here's inside the store. They got all kind of stuff. It was hard for me not to buy a whole bunch of hats. So and they had pelts. There's Tina. Tina's looking at hats.
Anyway.
Did we even get a hat there? I don't think
Yes.
so.
Well, I don't know if I got
one
we
there, tried them.
But I got a Zion hat sometime. I don't know if it was that time or not. But anyway, that was we've been to Zion a couple times.
Yeah, we've been up there a few times, and that's it's a pretty good drive, but
we still did it in a day.
Right.
Of course, we're crazy like that.
I'll show you the route here in just a second.
It takes what, about, did you say already?
Almost 3 hours.
About 3 hours
to get there
out of Vegas. So
yeah,
it's you're better off if you're going to do that to go and maybe just spend overnight. But sometimes we don't have that kind of time, and we just want to do it.
Right.
So we take this notion. We get up, we get out the door, we get going and do as much as we can, and then get back.
Yeah, once you start going, it's yeah, Zion is really, and that wasn't. Now this was during COVID, I think, and so they had shut down the main part. Like when you get in there, the only drawback to Zion is that there's so much traffic. You got to get there early, find a place to park, and then you'll get on like a bus, tramway, kind of like thing, whatever, and it'll take you through the park, and it'll stop at like 9 or 10 stops, and you can get off, explore that, come back to the stop, and get on the bus and go to the next place. It's pretty cool, and And Jared's right. Walt hates traffic jams. I hate traffic. I missed something about the Dice. I still think of you as a friend, but dang, how many fifths of Crown? Okay, fifths of Crown do I need to throw down the sink? Hey, Crown is good. Yeah. Way better than that stuff. You know, Crown is what is it, 80 or 90 proof? But that's good stuff. I mean, it's
yeah, it's very good.
Now that when you mix Crown with Coke or something, man, that has really good taste.
Crown goes good in a lot of different mixed drinks.
Yeah,
as we found out kind of during Christmas when we were making our Christmas videos.
That is really good.
Lance, no throwing away Crown. Dice is still a Crown fan. I think he even said that last night. He's like,
you can mail them to Dice if you really want to get rid of them. Right. But now
drink them.
We do love. I'm turning Dice into a bourbon enthusiast, and he's trying some bourbons. I love to see
bourbons.
Love
it. And he and Matt Scott, they really started their own collection.
I'm just gonna, since I gave that a 93, I'm gonna try my favorite whiskey, which is Kentucky Spirit.
Jared said Crown and ginger ale are good. Mm-hmm.
This is empty, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And now I'm seeing some oil on it.
Yeah, he says Crown and ginger ale is good, and Dice says, guys, look at how low this is getting.
Well, you can think
nothing like Scott. Scott would already drank
Daniel.
This. Yeah, that's true. Did you want some?
Nah, I'm okay. I'm gonna finish my little bit of Elijah Craig before I try anything else.
This smells a little bit like Elijah Craig, but just a little sweeter. It's not as much heat because I think this is 104, right?
That's Matthew is jealous. He said that is his big time hunt. Man, if you come across it, you'll have to take a picture and send it to us.
What's 58.5? It's 100 and...
That is 1...
Oh, 50.5. It's 101 proof. So
101 proof.
Not as much heat.
Oh, is it only 101 proof?
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking it was stronger than that too, but I get them mixed up sometimes.
That's so good. That is so good. And this is 101, but you don't taste the heat at all, really. It's like, it's just sweet.
Well, I still can't get over the Elijah Craig being 120.
That Elijah Craig's amazing. Yeah, Kentucky Spirit. That is some good stuff. Yeah, it tamps the heat down. You know, because Elijah Craig is 120 proof. And Scott says he's stocked up again. He said, Lance Dice says he's throwing more support back to America. So let me show you the route to take. If you ever get Venturous and you want to go take a little Zion trip from Vegas, let me show you. Takes me a minute to get there, but I will get there eventually. And here you go. So here's the map. And so Vegas is right there. You can go by 15 again, like you were going to Valley of Fire, and you just keep going on. When you get to Mesquite, there's actually a bunch of casinos. So you can stop there and play at some local casinos out in Mesquite if you want. And then you head over into, is this Arizona? Or, yeah, you're in Arizona for a little bit. And then you keep going and you get up to Utah. And then you're going to, and I'm going to make it bigger here once we're getting up into Utah. And you're going to find off of 15, you're going to take Route 9. Here's 9. And you just take Route 9 and you're going in to Zion National Park. There's a bunch of signs. This whole drive is just absolutely beautiful. The whole drive in. And this little town of Springdale, Tina and I have talked many times. I'm like, it is so cool the way the motels, they're like log, like a Holiday Inn is like out of log or whatever. It's just beautiful. Just amazing.
Very lodgy.
In Springdale, you could actually stay there, and then you could probably walk and get on the shuttle if you want. But in this area right here is when you get on the shuttle right at the end of Springdale. But if you're driving, you can just keep driving. You drive straight through Springdale and you stay on Route 9. And you can see a lot of the beautiful things that I showed you on this drive, this Route 9. And then what we did then is we come down through 9, and then we went to Mount Carmel right there, which we showed you where I think the Buffalo, the White Mountain Trading Post is. I think that's in Mount Carmel. And then you come on down on 89. No, we didn't. We kind of looped around. Let's see. We went to Fredonia. Let me back up so I can see where Fredonia is. Yeah. Come on down. You stayed on 89, went through Fredonia. Then we got on 389. We just made a circle and headed back to Vegas. And that whole thing took us maybe 6 hours, 7, because we were getting out taking pictures and stuff, all over. And then we get back in Vegas, and then we then we got the rest of the night. Yeah. So that's a really cool thing. Make sure you have a good car, because if you break down, then you're in the middle of nowhere. But it's beautiful country out there. Yeah. Beautiful country.
Very, very gorgeous. So if you have the opportunity to do that.
So, yeah.
Of course, a million other trips. Of course, we've been to Red Rock several times. And I will keep going back.
It's nice. We've done some nice hikes there.
Done some very nice hikes there. And there's lots of hikes there that we haven't gotten to do.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can do some more. But before that, I think we want to try to do some more at Valley of Fire too, because we haven't really got to do too many there as well.
Yeah.
You can keep going back to these places.
And then one more thing I'm going to talk to you about outside of Vegas is Hoover Dam and Lake Mead. But if you go to the Lake Mead National Recreation Area, it is pretty darn cool. So head over towards, you can do Hoover Dam. That's a day trip, and that's pretty cool. And then, but you can also go to Lake Mead, and that's an amazing place. Let me show you some pictures. Now, some of these pictures are going to blow your mind of something.
Get ready.
Something weird. I've always got to bring something crazy to you. And I want to show you. So here I was. I did this hike in the Lake Mead. I went out to this area, and I wanted to hike to this place called what was it called? The Bowl of Fire. It's called the Bowl of Fire. And where I'm at, I finally made it to the bowl of fire. It was about 110 degrees, and I walked to the bowl of fire. I had a lot of water, man, but I'll tell you what, I was hot. You couldn't find much shade because about a mile of this is just wide open. So when I finally got to the bowl of fire, man, I was happy to get there. Let me show you what the terrain kind of looked like. Is right here. That's what the terrain looked like as I'm doing this hike. And then I eventually get to the bowl of fire. And it's like I'm the only person there. It's really, really awesome. And so I'm going through here. I'm taking some pictures that are pretty amazing. And that's cool. And then I love that picture right here because it's looking through the windows right here. And I'm out there. Here comes the sun shining out. And I'm going to come back to that. And then when look at this picture right here. Do y'all see that streak right here coming down? Do they see that? And so when I blew this picture up, like I took this picture and I was like, what is this white streak? What is that? I couldn't figure it out.
Looks so weird.
So I blew the picture up of the white streak, and this was what was in the white streak. Can y'all see that cylinder? That was crazy. That was crazy. So anyway,
yeah,
you can go out there, but you might get, picked up by whatever.
Isn't that crazy? It's like you can't figure out what that was. There was nothing in the, I guess, to your naked eye, obviously.
Right. And there was and I didn't see it, when I was taking pictures.
There for that one, but
I didn't see anything in the sky. Nothing. And so as I'm taking pictures, all of a sudden it's just this one picture that has that on it. Now, if it was light or something like that, it would have come through on some other photos. Like if there's a glitch in my camera or something like that.
Or the lighting, like you said.
Yeah, or some kind of light
like
hitting
a specific shade or reflection.
I mean, I was pointing in that direction on several shots and that never happened. And then I saw that thing and I was like, whoa. So that was crazy. But that is a beautiful area. There's a couple really good areas in Lake Mead. I've done some videos on Lake Mead and hiking to the Bowl of Fire. I think that was on there, and then some other ones, so you can check that out. But
I guess I better have a taste of Kentucky Spirit.
Let's take a vote. Should I let Tina have some of my Kentucky Spirit? No or yes? Because it's getting low. I mean, should she have some?
Fine. I don't care. I'll just drink more Elijah Craig. Dakota. Thank you, Dakota. How are you?
Dakota here?
Dakota was the first one to vote.
Everybody's saying Tina gets some. See, y'all.
Because favorite.
I'm going to get some more.
Thank you guys. Courtney gave me 4 thumbs up. I get 4. 4 more pours.
Yeah. Oh. I'm going back to some Elijah Craig.
Dakota says sharing is caring. That's right.
And this is going to be the last. Has she been really good? Tina is like an angel. She's always good.
I don't know about an angel.
As for me, on the other hand, I don't know. I love that. Sharing is caring. Dice said, has she been good? Yes, she has. She's always good.
Then yes, absolutely.
So,
Thank
anyway,
you, Dice. Thank you, everyone. Thanks, Courtney, for the 4 thumbs up.
Yeah. And then, do y'all want to hear one more place we've gone?
Oh, this one's
kind of creepy.
It is kind of creepy.
If you,
I'm sure that you've heard of it before.
Go ahead.
Before he tells you, I'm sure that you've heard of it, and you've probably seen other people maybe visit it, or maybe you haven't heard of it, and maybe you don't know, but you'll have to tell the story along with it.
Yeah, well, Goldfield, actually, Wyatt Earp's brother Virgil died in Goldfield. Yeah. But the most,
there's Random Gene,
the most famous building. Hey, Random Gene,
how are you, sir?
Random Gene, he moved out to Las Vegas, and he's probably going to all these places we've been talking about. So Random Gene, you have to go back and watch some of these things. It's good to have him in there. And let me go to this. So we love going to Goldfield, and that what you're seeing on the screen right now is the Goldfield Hotel. And I did a video on this. The owner was a very rich man who, he was married. He owned stake in some banks. He owned stake in some gold mines and stuff like that. But he also had a mistress, and that he would see, and they would usually, and he gave her an apartment up in Goldfield on the hotel. But I think she thought all the time that he was going to leave his wife for her. And I can't remember the guy's name, and I apologize. Should have done my homework. I did my homework when I did the videos. But
yes, Random Gene.
What did he say?
Is that the haunted place that Ghost Adventures investigated?
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Yes. And that's a creepy place. So what happened is they said the guy, the owner, chained her to the radiator in the room, and she died. And I think she was pregnant too. So anyway, he was never charged with this. So I don't know if he had the means to get it covered up, whatever. I mean, he still went on to be a very powerful person in Nevada. And yeah, like Random Gene said, the Ghost Adventures, and here's another angle of it. The Ghost Adventures did some ghost hunts here, and they even had on video of a board being levitated and thrown. So it's pretty crazy. I mean, this was actually this area right here is the main entrance, the old main entrance of the Goldfield Hotel. And they say in the lobby, even people looking through the windows have seen the woman in there, and they've also seen George Wingfield. I think his name is George Wingfield. That just came to me. They've seen him in the lobby as well. So look at this place. This is a crazy little place. And so I think I try to see in the lobby. I don't know if you can see. I'm looking through the window now. It's getting kind of dark. I don't see anything in there.
And when we went, you've been back a couple times since then, when he lived out and worked out in Arizona. Sister, I know.
What's that?
Says everybody's going, oh, they're getting creeped out.
Well, now this picture ought to creep you out because when I was standing there, I took this picture. I snapped this picture, and I felt like something had just like swept by me, just like. I mean, it's 100 degrees out there, even at this time of night, and I was like, "Whew, something weird." So you can see this swoosh.
Oh yeah.
And
that's in the dark.
Yeah, it's almost dark, and you got this light figure.
That's crazy.
Right here, this it's like it's coming right out of that window or something.
Almost like an orb went by and left its trail.
Yeah, it was weird, and it wasn't a bug, but it could have been a bug, but that they don't leave
that
bugs don't leave
trail?
like a trail.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
that's a weird thing. So Goldfield it's probably about 2.5 hours away, but and not even that far from Vegas. It's not that far.
And you can stop at Area 51 on your way.
Yes, the Area 51.
Area 51 is on your way.
Center.
But when we went out there, it was in the middle of the day, of course, and it was our first time when I was with you, our first time out there. And just the whole, we got there, we parked, of course, right along on the street to see the hotel. That was the main feature. And we ended up going into one little store that was open. It was like a little thrift shop or souvenir shop. I don't even know what it was. It was kind of their idea of a convenience store, I guess. And a couple, older folk people, I guess, that lived there. And the lady was kind of friendly. There was a gentleman in there too, I think. And he was kind of just standoffish and weird, and like there was really not a whole lot open or going on. I mean, this is a population of what? Like, there's not that many people that reside.
It's growing a little bit because the mine's coming back.
But it was just creepy everywhere you walked around there. And then
it's got a vibe for sure.
It does. And we tried to go down to this one saloon that was supposed to be open. What was that called? I forget.
I went in that saloon.
But when we were there, it was not open. And supposedly you could
Pioneers, not the Pioneers.
No, you could view they had some old trains and some mine equipment and things like that. Well, there was nobody around, but you felt like you were being watched. Like by, I don't know. I felt like I was kind of in a horror film, except nothing was getting me, but you felt that way. It was like, this place is creeping me out. We have got to go.
Yeah. The name of the saloon is the Santa Fe Saloon, and I actually did a video there because when Tina and I was there, like I say, it was closed.
And there's Terry Meyer. Hello, Terry.
Hey, Terry.
And yes, Area 51 is a fun place to check.
Yeah, it is. And also, so I went to Santa Fe, and I did a video of this. And then Alan from Las Vegas and beyond, we all went to Goldfield, so you can watch those. But even before that, I went to Goldfield, and I went and had a drink in the Santa Fe Saloon. So it has like some of these old slot machines in there. And I mean, they're really old. But one of them was a John Wayne machine. Okay. And I can't remember what the other ones was. They probably had about 5 or 6. But the whole place was like an antique store. But nothing was for sale. It was just antiques everywhere. You just walk through. It's just crazy. And, I had my Frontiersman hat on. So I don't know if that made one of the spirits mad or whatever, but we're sitting there at the bar, and all of a sudden this something just like smacked up against the John Wayne slot machine, and it broke the slot machine.
He called me when that happened. I wasn't with him.
And I've got sort of, you can hear, like on the video, you can hear the smack.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy sitting at the end of the bar, he says, I felt something hit my arm, and then it went into that machine. And the
all two people in the bar.
No, there were three.
Out.
No, there's three people at the bar, and there was two ladies that were working the bar, and they were like, "Oh my God!" They were like, and they were cussing it. You son of a, because he
get out of here.
But whatever it was, that thing just smacked. We're all just sitting there, and I'm drinking a Coors Banquet beer, and smack! It freaked me out. That was crazy.
I know, but so after that was his story when he went back. But after we left there, remember, where did we go? The time that I was
graveyard, the car graveyard.
The car graveyard.
Yeah, that's creepy.
I'm sure you guys, if you've never been there, if you have, let us know. But if you
watch our video, I think I've done a video of the car graveyard.
You might have.
Yeah, I've done it.
You have.
I went all the way through there. It was crazy.
But the time we went, that was our first time, and we drove up in there, and it's creepy. It's cool because all these cars are like buried upside down and sticking in the ground and stuff. But as you're driving in there, again, it's like you are trapped in like Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Somebody's going to come out with a chainsaw and they're going to chase you, and you're not going to be able to go anywhere because your car's going to get stuck and you're going to run out of gas, or you're going to get a flat tire. Something is going to happen. And I felt like that the entire time. I'm like, can we turn around and just go? Can we turn around and just go? I mean, there are these abandoned where you can't tell if people live in them or not, because there were like trailers, and then there were like these abandoned random RVs parked at said places as you're going down this road. Like people live there, but I don't know, like they must have kidnapped those people in that RV, and now they have the RV and nobody can find them and they're gone. And I don't know what happened to them, but it's really, really creepy.
But anyway, Dakota says, did you win? Now, I wasn't playing slots. We were all there's like three of us at the bar, maybe four. I think there was another woman. So there was four people at the bar, and then two waitresses. Nobody was playing the slots. I don't even know if those slot machines worked.
Keno wants to know, have we talked about Sasquatch yet? Asking for a friend.
No, we're not talking about that.
No, only ghost towns and national parks and things that you can do outside of Vegas.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, I got to go all the way to California pretty much to get a Sasquatch.
Ooh. Bill's, are y'all having storms, Bill? His power went out.
Uh-oh. Hope everything's okay.
But we could talk about Bigfoot. Well, we're going to leave here in about 15 minutes. So,
gotta finish my Kentucky spirit, man. Well, Elijah Craig was winner tonight.
So
for me,
and we didn't even talk really. Tina's never been to Tonopah, so when we go. It was going to be March, but I think it's going to be April now. When we do go in April, hopefully, we're going to take her to Tonopah, which is one of my favorite places. It's such a cool place.
Yep, never been, so I am really looking forward to that.
Yeah, the Bigfoot, they're going to have a hard time hiding.
Yeah, not a whole lot of cover out there in the desert. It's a little bit more difficult, I would think.
It is. It's weird now. Since Keno wants to talk about Bigfoot, I did do a video of a ghost town, Stanton, Arizona. And So on the way there, the vegetation is kind of different. There's like a lot of shrubbery. There's some trees. You're sort of mountainous, and so it just like really changed from a complete desert to just like mountain and pine trees and all that kind of stuff. And that's right. Nobody ever think to look for Bigfoot.
That's true.
There. So anyway, so I got out and I was just taking some B-roll pictures, film, and just happened to look down and I see this big footprint. I mean, it's like at least 14 inches long. And I'm like, what the heck is this? And the ground was like mostly really hard. So it would be very hard for anything to leave a track. And that was the only track I saw. He said Bigfoot is sitting in his house right now. Who's that, Keno? And so I just thought it was weird. But then, so when I got home back to Kingman, I started Googling like Arizona Bigfoot sightings. And that area around Stanton was one that had seen a lot of Bigfoot. I'm like, really? Because that's kind of crazy. I just didn't think there would ever be one.
Dakota said that would be his son.
So anyway, so just wanted to talk to you a little bit about when we go to Vegas, some of the cool things outside of the Strip. Nevada has so many cool places. I mean, Red Rock and the Charleston Mountains and
Good
all
Springs. We went, which is where the Pioneer Saloon is.
Oh, that was another place we want to show.
Yep.
Let's see if I can pull that up.
Gosh, where else? We wrote some places down. He's like, well, write that down, and I'm like, I wrote them down, and then I forgot where I wrote them down. But Walt's had the opportunity to go to a ton of exploring, both in Nevada and Arizona, from where he worked out there for a year, and misses it so bad. But even going out there and driving back, sometimes I'll fly out there to meet him when he drives, and I'll drive back with him, or vice versa. Or I've made the trip out and back with him. And we do not only when we're in Vegas, those excursions, but we try to do something either if we have time on the front end of our trip or either on the back end of the trip to do something on our route home. Like, I don't know, different places, Tombstone.
Going up north.
Yep, to Badlands.
Random Gene says, by the way, Walt, a while back you made a video traveling in Titus Canyon Road in Death Valley. I was going to run it recently, but the road been closed and washed out now. Oh, wow, that's awful. Dang. That is a beautiful canyon. If they could ever get that open.
I was going to say, that was a once in a lifetime then you did that, wasn't it?
Yes. And that is pretty treacherous road. There was actually a couple that died going up that road because you get pretty rocky, and they ended up, and this was about a year after I had made my trip, and they got one of the rocks put a hole in their tire. They didn't have a spare, and they started to walk, but they didn't have much water. So they ran out of water, and I can't remember if just the guy died and the girl lived, or they both. I can't remember if they both died or just one of them died. But anyway, that's scary. You've got to, when I travel, man, I took a ton of water whenever I was out there.
And there's a ton more places that you've been.
Shoot,
I just thought of one that it left.
If y'all have seen
Rhyolite. We went there just the last time.
Yeah,
we were
there's
in
so many
Vegas.
things. Rhyolite, which is in Beatty.
Mhm.
I'm gonna share my screen one more time.
Oh, Oatman, which is in Arizona.
Oh, that's one of my favorite places.
It's
ever.
one of my favorite little
Oatman
places.
is worth the drive. If y'all, a lot of these places that are close to Vegas are in my videos. Oatman, Arizona.
Yeah.
That is one of the cool with the burrows and everything. But here's a place that, remember when Joe and Mark, the other me, and Alan, and all the BCC, they went out and they had a Christmas tree. Well,
yes, Dakota.
that was only about maybe an hour from Vegas or whatever. And what they didn't see was when you go up Christmas tree path, there's a little turn off, and I think it's called Grapevine Canyon. It has one of the largest petroglyph fields anywhere. Okay, so you just look at this. These are so cool, like the longhorn sheep, and then you got the natives there too. I'm just wondering what this dude is right here. Kind of looks like a Bigfoot.
Because he's so much bigger. Never know.
Oh, this is Tonopah. That's me in at the Clown Motel. But this petroglyph field, this is up Christmas Tree Pass and Grapevine Canyon. It was beautiful.
That is gorgeous.
Beautiful place.
Gorgeous.
So that's a quick trip too. You want to see some cool petroglyphs and a nice little, it's a short hike to them. It's pretty cool. What else do we got on here? That's the Clown Motel, which I stayed there. I don't get creeped out much. I got creeped out on that visit.
I did not stay there.
I was pretty, I mean, I went to sleep and all, but it just wasn't
Didn't
comfortable.
Alan stay there too?
He did. Yeah, he did one time. That's Jesse Ray's barbecue right there. And so, guys, we're going to let you go. Thank you all for coming on and trying the Elijah Craig with us.
Bill said, darn, I totally forgot I drew them so long ago.
Well, Bill, you can't take full credit because I was drawing
Fair.
some of those things too. Okay.
Y'all took turns. That was your coloring book of the time.
Yeah, the Clown Motel is creepy. Guys, go check out my old videos. You can see a lot of cool stuff on there. Goldfield, the Tonopah, and just all kind of cool stuff. Bill was the first graffiti artist.
Oh gosh. No.
Well, we wish you all a great evening too. Thanks for your donation, Bill. That means a lot. Appreciate that.
Absolutely. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Thank you, kid. It was fun.
Eureka was a good video of yours, Random Gene said.
Oh yeah, Eureka, California. That was cool. That's a ghostly tale. But
next Friday is Gigi's. They're going to be celebrating Gigi's birthday.
All right.
She turns 60.
Oh wow.
She doesn't look 60 at all.
I think she might have been up there, me and Dice, on them petroglyphs with us, Bill.
Uh-oh. Do not tell her Walt said that, Dice. You're going to be in big trouble.
Yeah. So, yeah, we've been around. So, anyway, y'all have a great evening. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you guys so much.
And enjoy your Sunday, Super Bowl Sunday.
Yeah,
have
everybody's
fun
getting
with
ready
that.
for that.
don't eat too much. Don't drink too much because a lot of people got to go work on Monday.
Yeah.
So, any.
Thanks, Scott.
Oh, any plans? Yeah, we're hoping
Thank
to
you,
get there in
Bill.
April. I know Dyson never coming soon.
Yeah, they're going in just about a month. They'll be there the sort of beginning of March, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're hoping to
Thank
get
you,
there.
Scott, for being here.
By
Go get some Elijah Craig.
maybe the end of April
And
ish.
yep. All right. Good night. And
Good night.
keep it squatchy, everybody.
Keep it squatchy.
Especially Keno.
Good night.